Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a completely nerdy, completely niche plan with me, but not really a plan with me, more like a craft with me. We'll call it a craft with me. I think I've mentioned before that during quarantine, my husband and I, and now even my children, have taken some of our time to start learning how to play DnD, which is totally weird to me to even say out loud, but we have. And we were playing one game, and it was like on a platform like online kind of thing, so we could play with people we knew. So we were playing with a group of teachers from school who we work with. Excuse me. And so that's been going fine, but now we're going to kind of start a different round with new characters. And this time I'm going to be a wizard. And wizards have to have a spell book. And my husband said, you better make one of the cutest spell books ever if you're going to be a wizard. So I don't know if it's one of the cutest ever, but I'm working on it. And it is little, so anything little is cute, right? So I used a Happy Notes, like one of the mini Happy Notes books. And I still have the paper in here, you can see that. But I made my own cover. I've made some pages, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through it. It's really not a big deal. I'm no amazing crafter or anything like that, but I'll still show you what I did in case there's anybody else out there who's doing the geek thing that I'm doing. So I just got onto, honestly, the Silhouette software. I'm sure Cricut software or even just Word or Publisher or something would do the same. And I just kind of found some cool graphics and stuff, and it just says Book of Spells, and I just put them together. And I cut them, plan to cut them to be my cover. This cover, let's see, how big is it supposed to be? Let's see. So the cool thing about this cutter is it actually also works as a ruler. If I lay things here, I can see. So 4 1/4, probably by 3 1/4 if I'd have to guess. Just about. Okay, so cut this out to 4 1/4. Oh, I might have made it, wonder if I made it too big. I already made one, obviously. I was just doing this other one to kind of show you what I'm doing and what I did. Okay, and then cut this here. All right, now that's fine and dandy. Now when I printed this one, I just printed it on some ivory cardstock. This one I printed on some patterned cardstock. You can kind of see that like grill work there. So it's slightly different. The next thing I did, as I run across the room, is I just rounded the corners off. This is a really old corner rounder I have. I could have also had my Silhouette just cut this out, but I have a new Silhouette and it's frankly making me a little mad. I can't really get it to work right, so this was just easier to do. Now, to give it that old look, I just found some inks. I don't know if these are great inks, if these are good inks, bad inks, what. These are just, honestly, they're inks that belong to my grandmother. She used to be a stamper, and she handed these down to me. So I don't even know if you can still get these brands. Like, all 4 of them are a different kind, so I don't know. So this is sort of a, it's called Satin Rose. I think it looks sort of like a rose gold. And I'm just gonna take it, and honestly I'm going over the top of the page too. I'm really getting the edges dark, but I want it to be on the front, the face of the paper as well, especially with this lighter color. And you should, if you've never done this before, just practice on like the piece you cut off or something first, just so you can kind of get a hand on it. And like I said, I'm no amazing crafter by any means, so if I can do it, you can do it. And then just for some texture, I think you need more than one color. I'm going to do a little dark brown. This brown's a little yellower than I want. I'm not doing as much of the brown as I did the rose gold, but just enough to be a little something more. Black on the edges is always nice and defining. I don't think you need the black. I just like it since I printed this out in black. So the black works for me. If you think the black is too stark, don't do the black. And then I also decided to add in some green. My graphic that I used has a little green on it, so I added a little bit of green, and I was scared of it, but in the end, I really liked what it added. It just had one more way to kind of look old and used, and you know, maybe it'd been out in the field and in the forest and that kind of thing and gotten some grass stains. I don't know. I might have used too much green this time, but you get the idea. The next thing you do is I ran it through a laminator, and then I just used my cutter. Now I use a Levenger cutter, so I don't know if you can see, the mushroom holes are narrower than they are on Happy Planner. So if you have a Happy Planner cutter, they're going to cut, it's going to cut in deeper, but the Levenger planner cutter cuts like that. And then that's your front cover. And then I did the same thing on a blank sheet, again with the rounded edges and the inks to be my back cover. I think I put some inks on the inside. I hate how that turned out, so I don't know that I would advise doing that, but that's what I did. And then when I opened that up, 2 pages like this, that just looked weird to me. So I wanted to make some old looking pages. So again, I took some cardstock, not white. White would be too stark. And cut it to size. Let me see. Yeah. Cut it to size. So my pages inside, if you measure these pages, they're 3 by 4. So I cut this to be 3 by 4. And again, I used some ink. I really like this ink here. It just absorbs really well in there. I didn't round the corners on this, but you totally could. It wouldn't hurt a thing. You can take it onto the page like I did before. Make it look like more your fingers have touched it even more times. Give it that old look. I'm trying to remember if I did multiple colors on these. I think I added the brown too. I didn't add the black to the pages. To me that seemed, I wanted to reserve the black for the cover. But you could, you totally could. Now the next thing I did is I have this. I don't remember what it's called. Mine's from Memory Maker, or Making Memories. There are other ones too. But basically there's a blade inside of here. And if you just take it and rub it, scrape it on the edge of your paper, it frays it like that. You could get the same effect, you know, probably with like a sand block or something. But since I have this tool, I use it. You know, I do have a little sand block. I wonder, this is just, I mean, it's cute color and everything, but it's a sand block. Yeah, it would take longer, but you could do it with this as well. But like I said, since I have this cute little tool, I'm doing it. Oh, I didn't mean to do it on that edge. Okay, I'm not doing it on this edge, and the reason is because that's when I come and I punch it. So I just stick it in there, punch it, and I've got a page. And I used lots of different shades of cardstock. I'm not sure if I love the cardstock. So I thought I could also do the same by cutting up a paper bag. I could even use an old envelope from some mail I received, because this is thinner, so it might, the pages might turn a little better. I'll probably also go and buy just some tan colored copy paper and use that as well. But that's kind of, I want to fill it with, you know, older looking pages. So maybe I'll end up, because these are thicker, using these as like section markers, almost like dashboards. And then once I get some paper, whether it's more bags and envelopes or if it's just a tiny ream of tan colored copy paper, those can be the actual spells that I put in it. But that is my completely geeky, completely niche, but completely fun spellbook, wizard spellbook for D&D. So if you are having fun and doing crazy crafts and crazy things to take up your time during quarantine, give me a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel while you're at it. And I usually say happy planning now, but I guess I'll just say happy crafting. So, bye-bye. Alright, just so you know, I did try out the paper bag and the envelope, and the sheets are a little easier to turn now, but I think I'm still going to go and try to find just some tan colored copy paper. So there you go. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye. Alright, so I am admittedly not the craftiest person on earth, and I'm a super newbie at Dungeons and Dragons, and I've never been a wizard before. So if any of you have pointers on how I can better do this spell book and what I might need to include in it that I haven't, please include them in the comments below. I would welcome the assistance. Yeah, so this is what I've done before I've actually played the part of the wizard, and we'll see how it actually goes. So, thanks a bunch.